What do you make of the fact that the latest polls show that more people support no deal than revoking Article 50?
Well, I don't believe revoking is a democratic process. So I believe that people have got to come to their determination. I want to hear back from the public where people are now that they're paying more for their bills, now that jobs are being put at risk, now that our environment and our food standards are certainly
So we have the
risk
lowest
as well.
unemployment for 45 years.
Yeah, but people in casualised work, low pay, I know how people are struggling in my
absolutely not. The
constituency.
proportion of low-paid jobs and part-time jobs is actually on the decline.
Well, in my constituency, I know people are really struggling. They can't afford to buy a house in York, 11 times their salary just to purchase a house. An economy which is out of kilter. And of course, we've heard from major manufacturers and other businesses in the country that they are sliding their investments into the mainland of the EU due to the uncertainty or the threats of a no deal, because those borders and those tariffs
it's simply
will
not
impact
true.
on
This
their
is
business. Well, that's what the CBI say.
I'm sorry.
This is what the
But
CBI
if you look at the levels of inward investment into this country, they're far higher than in the rest of the EU.
Well, this is what the CBI is saying, and we know that many of the investments that would have come to the EU, of course, have gone into the UK, have gone elsewhere in the EU, and that's just a taste of things to come. And of course, people are ignoring the climate crisis we've got, and certainly if we're going to see shipments from around the world and flights from around the world, that is going to increase our carbon footprint. We have to look at every single detail and the impact that this is going to have on people. And of course, EU citizens here working, paying their taxes, now being threatened by the 1st of November that their right to be here will no longer be valid. I mean, this is a complete chaos.
Sorry, I'm sorry. That is a disgraceful thing for you to say, because all you're doing is putting fear into people.
No, they know. No,
absolutely not. They have full right to remain here, and you know that perfectly well. It's a disgrace for you to come on the radio and say that.
They will not have. 2 million people are yet to have settled status, and there is no time to process by the 31st of October. That has come to light and become clear, and therefore they will not have the status. Which
again, that's not true. The government have made it quite clear. I mean, nobody's position in this country is going to be under threat, and you really shouldn't say things like that, because it just puts fear into people.
The fact is 2 million people have not registered for settled status. A million
have you asked why they haven't?
Well, partly there are numbers of reasons. I've been talking to my own constituents about this issue, and they are slightly concerned.
Well, what are the reasons then? Why haven't they done it?
Well, there are many. I mean, even things like processing. People don't even know the date of which we're leaving. Is it going to be the 31st of October? Is it not?
Well,
people don't know. People are making decisions
if people
about
want settled status, surely they have to actually take the responsibility on themselves to apply for it.
Oh, and some have. But some are still making decisions of whether or not they want to be in a country which has a no-deal scenario with the EU.
Before you do any other radio interviews, I suggest you get your facts straight and stop scaremongering, because it doesn't help anybody.
My facts straight because I talk to constituents every single day, including those from the EU, and they're making decisions about where they will live in the case of a no-deal scenario, which could well be different than if we had a deal or remain within the EU, because they worry about their parents supposing they become elderly and ill. Would they be able to bring them into the country? These are the practical realities that families are
Doesn't stop them applying.
Well, it means that they have got to make choices about their future. And of course, they've just been given 8-9 weeks to make those choices.
This is the kind of project fear that we're going to get from everybody on your side of the argument over the next 3 weeks. So I guess it isn't fact-based. You've come on here and you've told absolute untruths about what could happen to people, and you should be ashamed of yourself. But I will thank you for the interview. That's Rachel Maskell, Labour MP for York Central and Shadow Transport Minister.